And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of It Remains to Be Seen. And out here to spend a bit more time with you. And guess what, guys? I got that freaking bottom zoom bar to disappear. It seems like it's staying down, so hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, here,
Yay! Yay!
over here
Yay.
behind the Blending the Blind Inside logo, you have your beautiful hostess Laurie, and here with the big head on screen. I was looking at it, man. My head takes up a lot of space on screen. You have myself, Bob, and we are out here to spend some time with each and every one of you and just talk about the things that are going on. See, it started up, and as soon as I came on screen, the numbers in chat just kind of dropped. That scared people off. I scared people off.
I don't think that's it. I don't think anybody leaves, really. I think it just shows us that to scare us, to make us think that it did. But
It
it didn't.
might. It might. So how's everybody doing out there? How is your day going?
How's everybody's day? Oh my god, it's been a day.
It sounds like it.
Definitely. Thank you to the mods today that helped out. University, Slinky, Jameson.
Yeah.
Who else was out there? Greg. Am I missing somebody?
Slinky.
I hope not.
Did you say Slinky?
I said Slinky.
Slinky and University.
It was, wasn't it, Jameson? I know. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it sounded like it. It sounded like you guys had some serious work on your hands. Oh my gosh.
I know, and I was just like, holy crap. You do realize, though, chat would have been crazy tonight, too, had the jury decided to stay and finish
Oh man.
deliberation tonight. Then the verdict would have come and it would have gone completely bananas. But tomorrow it's probably going to be bananas again. So I'm all right
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah, it sounded like there was one dude that was in here just trying to spout stuff off every chance that he could get, and
So did that crowd of people that was standing on the steps there outside the courthouse, they were all walking down looking for the police or whatever they were doing toward whatever. Um, did they come back to the steps? Does anybody know? You think so? Oh, that would suck. So now with a hung jury, how does that work? Do they get to retry?
I think they have to do
They,
a retrial with a different jury, if I understand
and a
right.
different judge, I'd assume, right?
It's
Well, what was that
crazy.
about? The broadcaster guy?
Oh man, was it the dude that was? Because I only saw a clip earlier. I think it was around like close to time this afternoon, and there was um there was a guy who was being interviewed or something. Is that who you're talking about, or I don't know who the heck the dude was. I didn't have the in like everybody else did.
Hmm.
Man,
I don't know. I was listening to the scanner in Kenosha afterwards. It was actually kind of interesting. Nothing like really major happened on it, of course, but um, I was thinking about streaming it, but I'm like, well, yeah, I just did to stream for 6 hours, so I had to do the missing person video tonight and some other stuff. So
yeah, that
you know,
was quite a long stream. I'm glad it went well though. I mean,
a
aside
lot
from
of
the
reading
craziness. Hmm.
because the chat was crazy, crazy, crazy.
If I can figure out a good way to do YouTube chat with a screen reader, I'll teach you, hon. Save you some eye strain.
Yeah, man. I don't know. We were all looking out for crazy shit.
That was one positive about StreamYard, was that the chat was very accessible. But unfortunately, like for instance, if I come in here, and hopefully this doesn't come up on my speakers. I mean my headset. Let's see here.
I didn't even see the lady that ripped up that sign.
Hmm.
I had even gone back to try to find it and I couldn't find it. So, and that was like right after it happened. So I'm not too sure.
All right, let's see here. Hmm. No, I'm gonna have to write YouTube about that.
Hmm.
It's really not accessible to a screen reader in a quick way. Like you can arrow through it and everything, but
Were you here, Jameson, when the judge's mic came on and you could hear him playing trivia with whoever?
he was playing trivia.
Yeah. I don't think we were supposed to hear that, but it definitely did come through.
Wow, that's crazy.
Somebody must have hit the mic button or something for the stream because couldn't see nothing. But definitely heard the judge laughing and asking trivia questions, answering trivia questions, and laughing again and whatnot. That was all supposedly while he was talking to the jury about whether or not they were staying or leaving. I
Wow,
don't think he did call. I think he had somebody else do it for him, and he was playing trivia.
interesting.
I don't know. Is that something they do? Like lawyers and judge get together and they just play trivia while the jury deliberates? Like, I'm just kind of curious. So, do you think a protest is going to break out tomorrow, Jameson?
The sad thing is that possibly, and I could be wrong, but possibly on both sides, if things don't go the way that either side wants it to go, stuff's gonna go down.
I would like to think not.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just not sure. Let me see. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit here so I don't have to get so close to the screen. But some watch movies. I am more optimistic that a conviction will occur than most, but a protest will occur. Holidays next week will limit it.
Oh, hey, my here.
Now let's go in my here.
Wow. Yeah, it was some. It was a day today, especially when started streaming the protesters and stuff like that. Then things really got kind of popping.
Yeah, it sounded like it was getting crazy. Right back.
Oh, faux show. It was. It was. It was. But I don't know. You voiced your opinion about that earlier, Jameson, about the fact that where they said that the two jurors were scared for their lives because the National Guard wasn't in Kenosha or something. If they acquitted,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Hmm.
Whoever said that was making it up.
Yeah, whoever it was that guy that was screaming.
That is crazy. Um,
I'm sure it does cross their mind, though, with it being such a high profile case and having a lot of intimidation outside. And I'm sure it was intimidating outside on either side. It's just really crazy.
yeah,
I'm really worried when they come to a verdict because tomorrow they should have a verdict, right? Like this isn't gonna go like a week or something. Like it's
and
gonna like
I don't know how much time there has to be before it would be considered a hung jury. Um, I don't know if there's a limit to that. Oh, wait. Jameson, wouldn't that fall under the speedy trial clause where if it goes past 180 days? Um, I don't know. I don't know.
oh, you don't expect a verdict tomorrow.
No, I think that was just for the charges. I don't know.
Well, I would think that at some point we'd hear something. Gosh, gosh. Hey, grunge.
How's it going, Grunge? If they do it again, the state might get him on lesser charges easier. Man, yeah, it definitely sounds like a bunch of craziness over there.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, 2003.
What?
Oh, Jameson said a jury in California took 55 days in 2003. That wasn't that wasn't during the time of the Peterson trial, was it? I can't remember. Never thought I'd be living in the city where that happened, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah. My goodness.
So I have to go out tomorrow morning for an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. So I'm gonna stream whatever there is to stream before I go, and I'll leave it going while I'm gone. But if any mods come in, if they could just kind of keep a little eye, I'll keep an eye too, but keep an eye on chat for me, please.
Speaking of which, do you have any more video footage on the stuff that's going on down there in Lower Mainland area? Any updates on that?
Uh, well, because of the lower mainland being cut off from the rest of the province, um, our shelves in our stores, probably province wide, are very limited on what they have. So, like, this is like kind of worse than when the pandemic started. This is like,
Man,
um, it's crazy. So, I have to go shopping tomorrow. So, I'm not really expecting to buy too much if there isn't too much there. So I don't know what'll happen, but I guess we'll see.
I think you
And
and Jesse need to come down here. Tell us all clears up.
but so far, our family is that we know of down there is all safe, and
That's a good thing. Personally, I think you have jurors who don't want to convict on homicide one, and discussions are being undertaken.
Kyle looked a little nervous today. So where was he today? Was he in the courtroom all day with the judge playing trivia?
Hmm.
Is that what happens behind closed doors in court?
I mean, I know it's what happens in the locker rooms on professional wrestling.
Yeah, but so did the prosecution. Prosecution also looked a little nervous too. That Binger, he was just yeah. They're both looking a little nervous because well, it could go either way.
Hmm.
But I guess that would depend where Kyle is actually staying right now. If he's in jail, if he's in his mom's house, if he's in, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Might be in a safe house somewhere.
Well, I'm thinking if the judge was playing trivia, Kyle was probably playing trivia. Oh, so I found this meme. Okay, so I don't know. I thought maybe we could look at some funny memes about Kyle Rittenhouse and just the whole trial to kind of lighten things up a little bit.
Jameson, I don't know if he saw his comments. He said, I was saying all week, if this group has today, it's really bad news for the defense. Once it hit 5 p.m. Eastern, um, the defense's looks changed, in my opinion. Um,
I can guarantee I'm pretty sure prosecution and defense won't be sleeping much tonight. They're probably going to be very nervous about what's going to happen with
mhm.
tomorrow or the next day or the next day. I got a hair on my nose. Okay, this is weird.
Jameson says the best chance for a full acquittal was within 8 hours. Yeah, I've never experienced the hair on the nose problem. It sounds like
Yeah,
it
I
could
don't
be.
think, and I've said that all the whole time too. Um, it's possible. Um, shit, I can't think of what I was going to say. Shoot. Um,
Says defense did a great job. Sounds like it.
wouldn't you be surprised though if it was a full acquittal tomorrow? Stranger things have happened.
I would be very nervous if I was his defense attorney right now. Thought he was guilty before I watched the trial. Not enough evidence.
Okay, so in my opinion, this is my opinion. It kind of goes, I don't know, since the trial, I kind of see it both ways. I could see how they could say it's self-defense. I could see how they could say it's you know, it was he intended to do bodily harm or kill people that night. I don't know. I don't think he did. Really, I mean, scrubbing graffiti off of things doesn't really seem like something somebody would be doing a few minutes before killing people.
It is. It is, Jameson, and it's It's been dividing further and further apart for a while.
Okay, I want to know, does his baby face have any impact on the jury and their decision?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, Jameson. Everybody's holding fast to their, you know. Yup, agree, Grunge. The political motivation is definitely there as well. I don't know what is going on with the Ahmed Arbery case, but that definitely um, that was also a crazy situation.
Actually, let's go check that out and see. They're on day 8 of their trial.
Hmm. The AR-15 photographs stop him.
The judge was upset. All right, here, let's play a couple video clips from that to see if we can make sense of what the heck that's been going on in the case of that. Let's just see here, shall we?
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you gotta make me co-host.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Let me get back here and totally forgot. You have now been given co-host abilities.
Well, sweet. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share that. I'm gonna share some sound with y'all. There, I was trying to be American. See, it does pay off every now and again. I thought I did very well. All right.
All right. Mr. Goff, at this point, I'm not exactly sure what you're doing. I have already ruled
Can you hear that?
on this
Yep,
court's
it's
position.
coming through nice and clear.
And with all candor, I was not even aware that Reverend Jackson was in the courtroom until you started your motion. I have indicated the court's position. The court's position hasn't changed. At this point, it's almost as if you're just trying to continue this for purposes other than just bringing it to the court's attention. And I find that objectionable from the court standpoint. I have said over and over and over in this trial that I am attempting to ensure that in this courtroom that the defendants receive a fair trial. And I will continue to do that. I have heard the objection. I have ruled previously on my position with regard to the gallery, and that is unchanged.
And I'm not questioning the court's ruling, but the court, I am.
I'm done talking about it, Mr. Goff. I've heard the motion. I understand what your position is, and if it's simply just to point out that an individual is in the gallery, it has been done.
Do I understand that I'm not to do that again?
I'm telling you that the court's position has remained the court's position, and unless anyone in the gallery is disruptive or here to cause some demonstration that will distract from the presentation of evidence in this case, the court is not going to single out any particular individual or group of individual as not being allowed to be in this courtroom as a member of the public. That is consistent with my prior ruling.
Wait, is this because he's black?
It sounds like that the person who the judge was talking to was specifically trying to point out to the court that
Yeah, it's the same lawyer guy
yeah,
that said that a couple days ago
yeah, he was trying to
about
specifically point out a well-known public figure,
Jesse
Jesse
Jackson.
Jackson. Yep, yep, and was trying to point it out to the court that he was there. I don't know if that was an attempt to sway the court, um, into thinking, like trying to put the political pressure on or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Let's see what else we got here.
All right, anything from the state before we recess?
No, Judge.
From Travis McMichael, you said that with some trepidation. I was wondering where that was going. Anything from Travis McMichael?
No, Your Honor.
From Greg McMichael?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, for the record, I had hoped to hear something back from the court after the remarks made this morning.
We'll see something back from the court on what?
It's all right, Your Honor. I have nothing further at this time.
I'm confused. What are you waiting for, Mr. Cox?
I was expecting the court to
Oh.
address the remarks the court made.
How?
Obviously, I was mistaken. I stand corrected, Your Honor. I have nothing else today.
We're in recess.
So apparently the judge is very confused as to what the hell's going on. Definitely feels that way, that there's a lot of whatever's happening over there. But we're gonna have to look more into it after this.
Yeah, I wonder what was said this morning that dude feels like he was expecting the court to say something about.
I think it was because of having that talk about I guess because that lawyer didn't want or wanted it known that Jesse Jackson was in the courtroom and whatever, and they had that little bit of a kerfuffle about whatever. I guess I'm assuming the lawyer thought that he was going to continue it and give him something else out of that, but he didn't.
I don't know. Are there any videos from this morning? We can try to find where they had that.
Because it was weird, right?
That was
Okay,
really
so
weird. Yes.
defense attorney makes motion related to count 7. Judge denies mistrial. Refers to reprehensible comments by lawyer. What?
Hmm.
I'm going to speed this up a bit.
So for anybody who's unfamiliar with this, we are taking a look at some footage from the trial in the case of Ahmaud Arbery, who was a black man who was going on a jog in Georgia, and there was a father and son, last name McMichael, and a neighbor who literally chased Ahmaud, and they were using the excuse that there had been break-ins, but they used a racial slur and said that the effing racial slur, which I'm not going to repeat, is down. It's just totally messed up, and so that's what this trial is about. Oh wait, is that playing, hon?
All right, it's in this court's discretion with regard to any outburst in the courtroom, taken into consideration, as well as the defendant's motion for a mistrial. So I've cited a couple cases. Let's see, Forney, I think it's Forney versus State, 255 Georgia 316, which actually recognizes that emotions are neither unreasonable nor unexpected during a murder trial, and the demonstrations and outbursts which occur during the course of the trial are matters within the court's discretion to evaluate. The court heard exactly what I described on the record, decided to remove the jury briefly, and it was ready to get started.
Did you hear it?
That outburst
Yes.
was not granted this trial. As to the totality of the circumstances argument, which I think is the second argument that was presented by Mr. Goff, that gets back to what I'm starting to watch very carefully as far as what's going on in this courtroom with the jury, as well as the arguments that are being made by counsel. I'll point out that a number of times during jury selection, it was raised that jurors were being influenced by individuals outside the court. And I think it was either 4 or 5 jurors were asked specifically whether or not they were influenced in some way by what was going on outside the courtroom. And they were not. There was no, actually, if I remember correctly, they didn't even recognize or see what was going on outside the courtroom. And as counsel are aware, because I briefed counsel, there are steps being taken by the court during the jury trial to ensure that jurors are not influenced by anything happening around the courthouse. So then we start getting into what we have now with individual members or individuals coming into the courtroom. I will say that is directly in response, Mr. Goff, to statements you made, which I find reprehensible. The Colonel Sanders statement you made last week, I would suggest maybe something that has influenced what is going on here. In response to that, and to his credit, Mr. Sheffield made some comments, but did say, come one, come all. And so now the court is faced with balancing a lot of things going on outside this courtroom and doing it in a way that respects members of the public's right to be in the courtroom, as well as what I'm trying to put out there is a fair trial, right? So you need to understand, everybody, that your words in this courtroom have an impact on a lot of what's going on. And so my measured response at this point is to balance all of that out and try to move forward with the trial. I'm not granting a mistrial at this point based on these arguments that are being made, because I'm not granting a mistrial at this point based on the arguments that have been made. Are we ready with the witness?
Wow. So a Colonel Sanders statement. Oh, wait. You still there, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Sorry.
It's okay. I don't know those. Oh, nothing's playing at the moment, is it? Okay.
No, nothing is. I'm looking to see what's happening.
Howdy, Greg.
Hey, Greg. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it was an 8-hour stream. How am I supposed to know? Those were the 2 highlights for today.
Wow. Yeah, I just wonder what that statement was that Mr. Goff made about Colonel Sanders or whatever. Sounds like it's drawing some attention.
I don't know if you can find anything or not.
Let me take a look here.
If you can, I can share it if you want.
Let's see here. There's an article here. Let's see here. Taking a look here. Let me take a look at this news site and see what we've got here. Or is this a video? Yeah, I think this is a video. I'll send this over your way, hon. Don't know if that'll give us any clue as to what those remarks were that were reprehensible. How's it going, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
Are steps being taken by the court during the jury trial to ensure that jurors are not influenced by anything happening around the courthouse. So then we start getting into what we have now with individual members or individuals coming into the courtroom. I will say that is directly in response, Mr. Goff, to statements you made, which I find reprehensible. The Colonel Sanders.
How's it going, Roy?
I would suggest maybe something that has influenced what is going on here. In response to that, and to his credit, Mr. Sheffield made some comments, but did say, come one, come all. And so now the court is faced with balancing a lot of things going on outside this courtroom and doing it in a way that respects members of the public's right to be in the courtroom, as well as what I'm trying to put out there is a fair trial.
I don't know if this is going to give us that information.
No, it just said he just made reference to it. It wasn't what he had said about college.
Yeah.
Have an impact on a lot.
Shoot. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, we're definitely going to have to pay more attention to, I don't know if I said hey to Roy, but hey, Roy.
Checking to see if I can find anything else.
I don't know if you guys have heard, but we have a GoFundMe. Wow. You're a good talker.
Yeah. So, I'm not necessarily sure that I'm a good talker, but I do have a tendency to talk too much. But Laurie and I do have a GoFundMe up in hopes of raising money for us to be able to meet and spend New Year's together. My plan was to be able to pay for that myself, but just like many due to hardships through 2020, not receiving the economic impact payments for the kids who are with me full time, as well as waiting for my new employer to deliberate on how long they were going to be closed at the end of the year. The tickets went up and things hit, and didn't want to reach out that way, but we figured we'd give it a shot. That link is in the that link is pinned there at the top for anybody who might be willing to contribute. And we've already had a few contributors. We're really appreciative of that. But yeah, just want to let you guys know that's out there. And yeah, that's all I got to say.
Definitely, yeah. Sorry, I was coughing my head off for some
shoot.
reason. Okay. Rittenhouse, yeah. Rittenhouse is the thing to talk about today.
Oh, I think okay, so I found this article here, and I'm going to, but I think that we had watched a video of this. I'm going to put the article out here in the chat, and okay, so this was I think about 6 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And the article headline says, "We don't want any more black pastors in here," says defense lawyer in Ahmaud Arbery case. An attorney for a defendant claimed that the presence of black pastors could be intimidating and an attempt to pressure or influence the jury.
I think the judge, to be honest, kind of had it out for him from the get-go, because he made that comment about only allowing one black pastor.
Let's see, the defense lawyer for a man accused of filming the murder of Ahmaud Arbery, a black man who was jogging through a Georgia neighborhood when two residents shot and killed him in 2020, said that he didn't want any more black pastors in the courthouse during trial. Reverend Al Sharpton sat with Arbery's family on Wednesday to observe the court proceedings. Gregory and Travis McDaniel, a father and son, stand accused of murder and aggravated assault. Also on trial is William Roddy Bryan who filmed the incident. Brian is represented by Kevin Goff. That's who that's who we've been hearing. The attorney who made the remarks about black pastors. All three men are white. They have pleaded not guilty to all charges. In court on Thursday, Goff objected to having any more leaders like Sharpton in the room because their mere presence would intimidate the jury, which is made up of almost exclusively white people. If we're going to start a precedent if we're going to start a precedent starting yesterday, where we're going to bring high-profile members of the African American community into the courtroom to sit with the family during the trial in the presence of the jury, I believe intimidating. That's an attempt to pressure or influence the jury, Goff told the judge. I'm guessing that those are the statements that he's maybe referring to, but Judge later cut off the lawyer when he equated the presence of black pastors with a scenario where people dressed like Colonel Sanders with white masks sat in the courtroom. Oh. Wow.
Hey, who did?
That was Goff. He what I'm reading here. Where's it at? It says the judge later cut off the lawyer when he equated presence of black pastors with a scenario where people dressed like Colonel Sanders with white masks sat in the courtroom. Oh, I think there's a clip here. Let me see if I can grab you the link for this.
So people weren't sitting in the courtroom. He was explaining if they were, it would be the same thing.
I'm not sure. All right, I think it's this one right here. Hopefully.
Let me share.
Is that the Right Reverend Al Sharpton managed to find his way into the back of the courtroom. I'm guessing he was somehow there at the invitation of the victim's family in this case. And I have nothing personally against Mr. Sharpton. My concern is that it's one thing for the family to be present. It's another thing to ask for the lawyers to be present. But if we're going to start a precedent starting yesterday, we're going to bring high-profile members of the African-American community into the courtroom to sit with the family during the trial in the presence of the jury. I believe that's intimidating, and it's an attempt to pressure, could be consciously or unconsciously, an attempt to pressure or influence the jury. To my knowledge, Reverend Al Sharpton has no church in Blaine County. He never has. Hasn't been here since Elaine Brown ran for mayor, to my knowledge. But we have all kinds of people. We have school board members. We have county commissioners. We have all kinds of pastors in this town, over 100. The idea that we're going to be serially bringing these people in to sit with the victim's family one after another, obviously there's only so many pastors they can have. And if their pastor's Al Sharpton right now, that's fine, but then that's it. We don't want any more black pastors coming in here, or other Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting with the victim's family, trying to influence a jury in this case. And I'm not saying the state is even aware that Mr. Sharpton was in the courtroom. I certainly wasn't aware of it till last night. But I think the court can understand my concern about bringing people in who really don't have any ties to this case other than political interests.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
I think that we played that same exact clip the last time that we had talked about this case, so that part wasn't in there when he was making that Colonel Sanders statement. Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm just trying to look through this article to see if there's a let's see, he continued. Oh my goodness. There's okay.
Oh, did you want to play the missing person video?
Yep, I can do that. For anybody who is new, we each evening typically we play a video that Laurie puts together of missing persons posters, and if any of these individuals are in or around your area, feel free to go over to facebook.com/Ion Entertainment Network, where you can share out those posters and help spread the word and awareness of these individuals who are missing. And we appreciate you doing that. It's just one step that can be taken to help for these individuals to be found. And so we will be right back, everyone.
Never thought we'd come to an end. Now I don't know where to begin. Always thought of you as a friend, but you say nothing at all, nothing at all. Never mind the look on my face. Never mind my many mistakes. Must be something more you could say, but you say nothing at all. I just wanna hold you one last time. Hold you like we're fine, though it's over, almost over. Yeah, the final chapter's starting to end. Closing every page one by one. Soon you're out the door, that you're gone. Are you really happy alone? But you say nothing at all. Nothing at all, nothing at all.
back, everyone. So I was still looking around to try to see if I could find the other statements that were made there. I can understand the points that were made by Goff, but to me, I didn't agree with his tone of voice or his attitude and the way he was making them.
I don't know. When I heard it the first time, I thought it sounded pretty racist. I was just like, wow. Like,
Yeah, like I
No.
said, I understood the point about the politicizing and things. In the
I
article,
get that too.
It says Goff then started to dig himself into an even deeper hole, saying, if a bunch of folks came in here dressed like Colonel Sanders with white masks, sitting in the back, and then the statement just cuts off. They use an ellipsis to just. But never mind. But Judge Timothy Walmsley interrupted, probably making an insinuation to, the Ku Klux Klan. But Judge Timothy Walmsley interrupted the lawyer, stopping him mid-sentence, saying the fact that nobody even noticed that Sharpton was in here means that everybody complied with this court's rulings, Walmsley said. Then adding that he wasn't going to blanketly exclude members of the public. Goff
Don't they all have a right to be there, even if they all wanted to be there?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anybody, typically, with some exceptions, I think anybody of the public can walk into a courtroom and sit on a trial. When I was in a business law class years ago, that was one of the projects that we had to do. We had to go and sit in on a trial, and then we had to write a summary on it. It was actually really interesting. Goff admitted during his rant that he hadn't realized Sharpton was in the room until later that evening. So if even he didn't realize it, and he was, I don't know, this isn't Goff's only strange statement in this case. During jury selection,
Hey, Terry.
hi Terry, how are you? Goff claimed that older white Southern men were significantly underrepresented in the jury pool, from which the eventual jury was to be selected. These eventual selections, however, have drawn criticism. 11 white people and 1 black person now sit on the jury with only white people serving as alternates. That's because.
Well, why? Wait, hold on. So, in a case where it is definitely most definitely 5,000% black on white crimes, or white on black crimes, sorry. I'm just finding this very hard to understand what the purpose of the problem is about having all those people. Unless defense doesn't have a solid case, in which case I can understand, because then their presence maybe could intimidate the jury.
Well, what's interesting here is there's a statement in this article that says that's because the defense, Goff, struck 11 of 12 potential black jurors. In addition to,
What?
evidently, I don't know how the jury process I don't know how the full process goes, but in addition to
They should have
charges,
had more black people on that jury. I'm sorry. It should have been half and half, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Jameson, if you're still here, how the heck does that work?
I don't know. I just think I think if, well, especially if they don't have even a fighting chance, not even a half of a chance, with jury selection and stuff, to help them in the trial, if they wanted to win. Geez, at least
All I'm saying is these dudes that better not get away with this crap. 2 of them took part in the act, and the other one freaking filmed it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
There better be
I mean,
justice
the one
there.
that filmed it should have automatically been you're guilty.
Yeah, no freaking kidding. I totally agree with you on that. It's just it doesn't make any sense. And then for Goff to sit there and say that he felt that older white Southern men, it's bad enough. Sad but true. But it's bad enough that the Southern area still holds more strongly on the side of racism, and to make a statement like that is just, in my humble opinion, is absolutely messed up.
I hear you completely. So did you hear about the torture and stuff on this other case? Oh my god.
Oh, which one? Was that the one in Cleveland?
Yes. Yeah, it was the Cleveland.
I hear you there, Terry. Terry says I need therapy just watching the news.
Oh,
No
yes,
kidding.
definitely.
Yeah, so what's going on with the trial there in Cleveland?
Hang on a second. I had a
Oh,
thing and then
okay.
I closed it, so I'm trying to find it. Hmm. I don't know, for some strange reason, I can't find it. And I had just closed it. What the heck?
Hmm.
I didn't know. I don't. Okay, so this was as of 12 hours ago. U.S. Marshals offer 5,000 reward for arrest of suspect in torture killing women. This is confusing. Okay, so East Cleveland, Ohio, the U.S. Marshals announced Tuesday it is offering a reward up to $5,000 for the information leading to the arrest of Hakeem Ali Shomo. East Cleveland police say Shomo, 30 years old, is a person still on the run for the kidnapping, torture, and murder of Alicia Pointer, 22. Pointer's body was found on November 4th in the basement of a burned out abandoned home in the 14,500 block of Savannah Avenue in East Cleveland. According to East Cleveland Police Chief Scott Gardner, the assailants believe Pointer had information relative to a crime committed in Cleveland, and they tortured her in an attempt to get this information. Family members told 19 News the information was related to the murder of Aminjaz Shomo, 19, in Slavic Village earlier this month. Chief Gardner added Pointer was transported to several different locations before finally being killed on Savannah Avenue. 6 suspects are already in custody for Pointer's murder.
Yeah, that 7th was still on the run the last time that we had read into it. Just crazy.
Terrible. They also decided to reopen a case. You see, I did see this, and this is why I said something, but then, yeah, sometimes you just gotta keep your mouth shut, Laurie.
Hmm.
Oh, I just don't know.
Just craziness.
Okay, so let's see this.
Let's see here.
Okay, so about William Tyrrell. He is an Australian boy who disappeared at the age of 3 from Kendal, South Wales on September 12th, 2014. He had been playing, hold on, I gotta look at this bigger. He had been playing at his foster grandmother's house with his sister and was wearing a Spider-Man suit at the same time of his disappearance. For the first 7 years of the investigation, Tyrrell was believed to have been abducted. But on November 17th, 2021, major media has reported that Tyrrell's now deceased foster grandmother is being treated as a person of interest in his disappearance.
Hmm.
The police is investigating the possibility of a balcony fall from the property. Investigation is currently focused on one suspect, and an arrest will be made sooner than later, as said by police. Though in 2021, following a new lead, it is believed Tyrrell suffered a fatal fall from the balcony at his grandmother's house, and his foster mother was named a person of interest, possibly for covering up the accident and disposing of Tyrrell's body. Since this new lead emerged, police have switched from operating under the assumption that Tyrrell is alive to searching for his remains. Despite extensive investigations, as of 2021, Tyrrell has not been found or his fate conclusively determined. On September 12, 2016, a reward of $1 million was offered for the recovery of Tyrrell and does not require the arrest, charging, or conviction of any person or persons.
Hmm. Wow.
So yeah, they were checking things like at the property. They were checking things like underneath garden beds, and I guess tonight or that evening for them,
Hmm.
they are using these lights to check to see if there's blood still, maybe.
Man.
It's crazy. Anyhow, I think that's all I pretty much got. We'll have to discuss the Claire situation tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
I'm beat.
I know it's really tiring putting up with me on a daily basis. It really is.
Sometimes it really is. I'm just kidding. No, seriously,
It's the truth, Seriously.
no, it was a crazy day.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it. So, you want to wrap up for the evening then, hon?
Hmm.
Okay.
So if you guys haven't subscribed, please do subscribe because we appreciate it when you subscribe. Also, help
Absolutely.
us mate for the very first time and possibly donate to our GoFundMe
Yep.
as the top link in the chat here.
And we definitely do appreciate any donations. We've had some come in, and we are very thankful for that. And for those who aren't, we just appreciate your thoughts and prayers. I mean, it all means a lot. I know I'm really hoping to be able to get up there and spend New Year's with her and see if she can really put up with me in person. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot. But no, just looking forward to what's to come. And we appreciate you all coming out here and spending some time with us each evening and with Laurie during the day. And she will be back tomorrow streaming as far as what's going on with the Rittenhouse trial. And we will both be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Pacific. But we appreciate each and every one of you and look forward to interacting with you again. And wherever you're watching from, or if you're catching this on the replay, then we wish you a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good night, wherever you are in this world of ours.
Exactly. Good night, guys.
Take care, all.